Here with Washington State women's basketball head coach Kamie Ethridge. Coach, your team scores a come from behind 51-49 win at Gonzaga. It's the first time the Cougs have beat the Zags in Spokane since 2014. It's your first win over Gonzaga here at Washington. So just opening statement, how big is this win? And we'll open the floor for questions.
It just feels great. It's a big win. The team feels amazing. It was so much fun being in the locker room with them. They know this was a big win. They, when you start thinking about some of the firsts for this group, they, for the freshmen, it's the first time they've been in front of 6,000 people or 5,000 or that kind of crowd. We knew, and we talked a lot about Gonzaga and all the problems they present and what their physicality and how disciplined they are and what they do has just killed us in the past because we've been kind of not physical enough to play with them. And so I think that they understand that this is a real statement game kind of for our program of where we're going, and how we've grown and how now all of a sudden we can guard at this level. I think a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago when we were here, we would have been down 20 points at half just because we didn't have the mindset that we do this year on the defensive end to stay with it, to stick with it. Even when things aren't going good on the offensive end, the ball's not going in the basket, keep yourself in the game. And, obviously I thought we kept ourselves in the game and then made just an amazing game-winning plays in the second half.
You touched on this a little bit, but Gonzaga has been the standard around here probably the last 20 years in terms of women's basketball. How nice does it feel to kind of check off this win and get another and kind of get past another roadblock for this program?
Yeah, I mean, I've lived it for 3.5, or this is my 4th year, and obviously we didn't play them last year, but you're right. I mean, and I think I said that to the radio before the game. I mean, playing Gonzaga and then in a few days playing BYU, those are two high level teams that could be in the pack and can compete for, as good as anyone in our league or in power conferences. So these two programs, Gonzaga in particular, are just they're built great. Their system is awesome. They just plug people in and they come in and they don't lose a step almost. So their tradition is awesome. Their fan base is amazing. And it's just a hard place to win, but all of that can be really good. And then you don't have the players and the discipline and the physicality to be a good team, but they do year in and year out. And that's what we haven't done well. We haven't matched that physicality. We haven't had a post presence against these guys. And if you're living on threes against this defensive team, you're probably going to lose a lot of games. So was really happy with how we kind of switched flipped the switch and got a little bit better post presence and some paint and some points in the paint.
You mentioned this team not losing at home. This is only Gonzaga's 3rd home loss in the last 3 seasons. Wow. Just how does that kind of hit you that you're one of those 3? It's you guys, BYU, and Stanford.
Yeah, that's a good group to be with, Gonzaga is awesome. I mean, this is a great program, and I love that we now can somewhat be competitive with them because we haven't been the last 2 times we played them when I was here. So we want to be able to make it a game every single time we play them. And it's nice to finally, like you said, check this off. And yes, we accomplished something, and just more in the bigger picture of just understanding that our team's really growing and our team's tougher and we're a little bit deeper and we've got a few more weapons that we can, go to in games that aren't perfect, that don't come easy for us. I just really liked how tough our team was mentally and emotionally and obviously physically to match a really good Gonzaga team.
20 turnovers for your team tonight, especially, you've said Gonzaga, high level team. To do that against a team that's projected to go into the NCAA tournament, just how good does that feel for you to see your team's defensive progression in particular?
Well, I mean, I thought that too. I said to Crystal, I brought Crystal up to the team, and had mentioned just how we have to be a team that that we may not shoot it as good as other people. We may not do a lot of things. We may not be as athletic. We may not be a lot of things that other people that we're playing against are, but we have personnel and competitiveness that players find winning plays all over the place, you know. And against UC Davis, Crystal dove for a ball when we were up 20 late in the game and left some skin in California. And those are winning plays that are contagious to a team, and everybody notices and everybody wants to be like that. And Crystal was amazing tonight defensively. Her pressure and just making the game a little bit more difficult for their point guards was, I think, just as big as anything else that happened on the court. So it starts there with her. And yeah, I mean, you know, we disrupted them. We needed every one of those turnovers because, you know, we didn't shoot the ball very well, but that's a very disciplined team that doesn't turn it over. And we made them turn it over. And I'm thrilled that we only had 12. So it's a good sign that we're getting a little bit better at that part of the game too.
Thank you.
Coach, about how early in the third quarter there, the game was hovering about 9 to 12 points there. You called a timeout there. What did you say? And then your team responded with an 11-0 run there, and you guys were able to take the lead. What did you tell your team there? And did you just kind of sense that that was kind of a big moment there? You needed to kind of regroup your team?
Yeah, I mean, I was really disappointed in just, I just told them, I thought we were showing no discipline on either end of the floor. Like we were just not committed enough to run our offense. We were not committed enough to you know, have a bigger presence in the post. And when we did do that, when we did have a big presence in the post, our guards would over dribble and take it too deep, and we couldn't get the ball back to the post player. And honestly, I just got after them. I thought we gave up some things on the defensive end too that showed a little bit of a crack in our mindset. And it was just, I think we turned around and we started dribbling less, and we moved the ball a little bit, and all of a sudden we got Bella on some straight ons. I think we posted, you know, our guards a few times against some mismatches, and some baskets came easy. You know, when you're scoring at the rim, it relieves a lot of stress. And at the same time, we picked it up on the defensive end and got great rebounding. And again, that was a key part of the game. I thought that we got back in it. And obviously when we took the lead, I thought that our team really believed that we could win this game.